cũng sống lúc hồi xưa cũng please take a seat. Please enjoy 3 sounds of the bell before we begin our talk this morning. Good morning, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Welcome to our monthly Mindfulness Day. Today is Saturday, November the 8th, the year 2025. We almost finished the year 25, and we get ready to step into another new year. First of all, I would like to welcome you. And how was your morning meditation? Did you enjoy your first snow so far? Today is also according to the Mahayana Buddhist tradition. Today is the 19th day of 9th month, lunar calendar. We celebrate the day of Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion. And this, in Buddhist tradition, this Bodhisattva is very well known by many of the Buddhist members. They respect Avalokiteshvara to honor her and to learn the loving kindness from her. In Buddhist practice, when you bow to the Buddha statue or you have the Buddha statue at home, you offer the incense, you do the prayer in front of the altar. Doesn't mean you ask for, blessing, but that is the way to help you to learn from what they have practiced. For example, we learn to listen deeply with our attention, fully attention, without judging, without reacting. And that is the best way to show our patience, show our love toward the one who share. Because the one who talk, they need to release what's in their mind, what's in their heart. And we will sit there to listen wholeheartedly in order to take their message. But do not react, just let them finish. And that is the way for us to receive everything they want to share. And then in that case, you have enough information about them. You're able to help them to move on and also to help you to release your suffering between you and that person, or to help them to understand to help us to understand. So listening, just by listening only, both sides benefit. The one who talk, they have a chance to release. And we are the one who listen, we're able to understand more. So never useless. It's very useful if we're able to listen deeply to someone when they need to talk. This morning, I'm very happy to be home because usually I travel a lot. And I'm happy with the mindfulness day that all our monks stay with the schedule and they try to make this day possible at least once a month for everybody. And I also very happy to see all of you who make your time to come here to practice. When you practice, that means you are trying to make your day become more positive. And we are balancing the mind and the body. We try to calm everything down in order to make more things more better. So this is not useless, or this is not something that no need. It's very need, because before we do something, we need to understand what's going on before we start. Just like before we drive, we must know where are we driving to, where we go. Do we have enough gas? Do we have enough time? Do we how far? Everything. So in that case, we'll make our travel, our journey much better. And I have 2 questions from the retreatant today. And this is the first question. Human beings suffer, and so we change. If suffering is simply prerequisite for change, what is good to trying to prevent it? Many people do not change until they were suffering enough to realize they have been wrong. So why prevent it? So the question is very simple, that is, suffering is something good, because if no suffer, we never know and we never change. Then why we need to have a word prevent suffering? It's a very good question, because it is something we are dealing and facing every day. Actually, when we are practicing, doesn't mean we try to prevent suffering, because this is one of the true facts of life. We cannot refuse. We cannot run away. We cannot reject. But to practice is in order to have enough insight to face, to heal, and to learn from suffering, and to make suffering become a lesson, become flower. Suffering just like compost. What do we do with this compost? We don't want to waste compost, but we know how to use compost correctly so we can have a good harvest, because we are a farmer. We try to avoid the negative about suffering, and we just stop there, but we don't move on. And this is something we need to move on. Do not stop there. For example, if this morning you wake up and you see a lot of snow, you suffer. I hate it. I want to go to a meditation class, but now it's snowing. You know, you live in Edmonton, and this is the time of winter. So snowing is normal. This is normal. Why you are not normal? And because we have snow, that's why And we can see how much snow, how much cold, so we can put on our jacket, and we will take more time to drive slowly because it's a lot of snow. We're still driving. We do not stop driving. We're still going. We do not stay home. But we know how much time we need. And we must know that we need to drive slower so we won't get into accidents. So suffering is the same. Difficulties is the same. We know what is it in order to be there, in order to help, to heal, to make better, to face, to deal, to learn. There are so many things with so many positive thoughts. We can embrace the difficult situation in order to make it better. For example, we have a whole bowl of hot soup. And we know that if we use hand to hold, we may drop because we cannot handle. It's too hot. We have a few ways to bring the bowl. We can put the plate underneath of it. We can have a tray. Or if no tray, no plate, we can use some cloth to cover the bowl so we can bring the bowl. And we also learn to walk slowly. We like to enjoy the hot soup, but doesn't mean we can take that hot. We need to take spoon by spoon and we blow and make it a little bit cooler before we enjoy the hot soup. It's hot, doesn't mean we eat hot. We know how to make it, at least we can enough for us to taste the hot. So we see the hot soup. Oh, I don't like it, it's hot. But we just order the hot soup. We make the order, but we don't enjoy the order. It's not the way that the Buddhists practice. The Buddha is not a saint. The Buddha is our teacher. The word Buddha means the fully awakened one. The one who understands and know how to deal and face and show, and help us to see, to shine the light of mindfulness into things. When you walk in the dark, you see the dark. For example, you drive at night. You cannot expect sunshine. You know it's night time, and you need to drive in this during nighttime. But we have the flashlights, we have the lights, and we have everything. So we also prepare. It's not because of the dark and we don't drive. But we know it's dark, we must drive more carefully. So we know when we say prevent suffering, what is the prevent here? Prevent the negative feelings about suffering. Can you understand what I try to share? Because when we have the feeling of suffering about suffering, we double suffering. But if we know that, oh, this is something difficulty, we have more work. I have my 3 young monks, 3 novices. And I ask them to enjoy the time with their tutoring teacher. And I used to ask, if you have any difficulty homework, ask your tutoring. Because this is the time for you to improve yourself. So if you have any difficulty in your homework, bring it to him. And he's willing to help you to solve your problem. When you see it's a hard, you know it still have the answer. Just we do not have the solution yet. Every single problem, they have the answer. But don't just look back at the back of the textbook. Do you remember when we have math and everything, they have the answer at the back, but just the answer. And sometimes we're cheating. We just put the answer in, but we don't know how to make it, how to solve it. And we just hand in. But when we come to the quiz, when we come to the exam, we totally don't know how to do it. So don't just get the answer without how to solve your problem. This is what the Buddha wants us to learn and practice. So to practice is not to end your suffering, but to understand your suffering. When you understand your suffering, you suffer less. It's not really suffer anymore. It's become a lesson. It's become a pleasure. It's become something that to improve you. When we talk about death in Buddhist practice, doesn't mean we try to make this, we try to make you feel boring, distaste about life. But to understand this is the true facts. So that's why we learn to live mindfully and wholeheartedly. I supposed to have 2 weeks traveling with the retreats and Dhamma talks. But when I learned my mother is not well, so I changed my trip. I will stay back home even though I'm not with her, but I'm still in the city. So whenever she needs, I will be there for her. Because I know that the time that I get close to her is not too much, too long. So this is not suffering, but this is the reminding. Be there for your loved one before they leave you. So when you see the snow, you know it's winter. You see the yellow leaves, you know it's autumn. The weather brings you knowledge. The weather brings you the beauty. Did you enjoy some autumn pictures? Do we take pictures every time when we see, autumn? Because we live in Edmonton for many years, but we still have winter pictures, autumn pictures, because every year we still can see the beauty of each of the weather. So the practicing here is cultivating your mindfulness. Mindfulness means you are aware fully what's going on in order to find the way. So we do not try to prevent suffering, but we try to understand suffering in order to help suffering, to make suffering become flower. We do not prevent compost or stop or refuse compost, but we know how to take all the compost, the recycle. We do not waste anything that's come to us. Because with mindfulness, we can take everything and make everything become positive. There's another question. I can combine these 2 questions together. The second question is, what is the best way to maintain a meditation practice consistent daily? Again, what is meditation? Meditation means you're able to be present for everything that appears. Every morning, my 3 novices, they come to knock on my door. They bow Thai before they go to school. I have a chance to hug them, to put my hand on their face and ask them, make sure you wear enough warmth. Did you bring your lunch? This is all my question in the morning. So around after school, they come back home and they knock on my door and they say, I just come back. I have another chance. How was your school day? Are you happy? You have a lot of homework today? Did you have lunch? Have fun? I have different questions to ask in the morning and in the afternoon, but I enjoy because I know that this is the time that I'll be here with my 3 kids. I'm not boring. Why you do the same every morning and afternoon? Because they slowly grow up. And we won't have this chance anymore. Just like Michael, Peter, when they're small, they do the same. But now they grow up and they don't do that anymore. But I have a different way to enjoy the presence. So what is meditation? Be fully there for anything that comes to you, even suffering. So to maintain meditation means enjoy everything that comes to you. You don't have to declare, I am practicing. Excuse me, but it is practicing. Practicing means you put your attention. You enjoy. Sometimes we call for a dish of food, but we are not there for the food. We bring the phone out, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, texting, lots of things happen with the phone, but we're not there for the food. And this is not meditation. If you come for the lunch, you call for the food that you like, you choose, you look around the menu, but when the food out, you're not there for the food. Just like we are dating with a girlfriend or boyfriend. We're sitting to talk, but we are not really eyes contact. We're not there for the conversation. We're still on the phone. We do something else. And our lover will be upset. Why you call me out? I'm not here to talk with nothing. I'm not here to see you enjoy your phone. If you like your phone, stay home. She would say that. He would say that. So meditation means everything daily. We never stop, have activity. Just be there for each of the activity. That is already the practice. I used to talk with my young monks. This is Thai's rule. When it's time to play, you play. When it's time to study, you study. And I used to give an example. You cannot mix sand with your rice. You only enjoy your rice, but you can mix anything, sand or stones or garbage. Only food. You cannot mix. And when we say mix, and we have the word mix up, you make everything upside down. So the word mindfulness is very important. It is the key of our practice. It is the key of happiness. Aware of our love, our mother's health, our father's health. So you can bring your time and you be there for them when they need. We also be there for our health too. Because sometimes we forgot about that. Do you see that our body composed with a very miracle? The eyes, the nose, the ear, each of the body part, they play their role miraculously. The eyes help us to see. But it also can bring the energy of your viewing too. Sometimes you see, but that contains the loving kindness. You make people feel comfortable by the way you look at them. So the eyes not only can see, but it also can bring the energy of peace, of happiness when you see. So that is the power of the eye. The insight power, the loving kindness power. Just like a fan, it's not only can play without electric. So the electric is the power. Sometimes we look at people, but we make people scared. And that is also the power of the eyes, but the negative power. So the eyes not only see, but also can bring the feelings when you see things. And people can feel that. Oh, you look at them with the eye of understanding, the eye of love, the eyes of sharing. But sometimes they will feel, oh, they stare at me. They are judging me by the way they look. Their eyes look scary. So we can see the power of the eyes too. So make that eyes become powerful, but positive powerful. Same thing. When we facing suffering, difficulties, don't look at them with negative, but help us to understand more things. If we have no more suffering, there's nothing to talk about. Just like you go to school. Every day we have new chapter. When you read a book, when we read a book, every single page, they have different things to learn. If we watch a movies for an hour, but everything stay the same, then no interesting. The movie will move on and move on, more interesting, more attractive. And we also the same. I used to encourage young friends when they're reading books. I say, instead of lazy to read a book, you can tell yourself, I learn and I try to read 1 or 2 pages a day. And I guarantee you, at least you can learn something new in 1 page. You learn something new on another page. After you finish a book, you combine everything. You learn something new from that book. New words, new idea, new learning. So, very useful. But if we see too far, then we don't walk. Don't look that too far. Look something close. There is a student who walked with who traveled with his teacher. And one day he is so tired, he refused. Master, I want to go home. I'm too tired. Okay, you can rest. After a day or 2 days of resting, he gained back his energy. Are you ready to go home? No. I think I have enough more energy to continue our travel, our journey. Do you love me? Yes. Do you think you can take 10 steps each day? Oh, that's not too much work. It's only 10 steps. Okay, then take 10 steps every single day. People walk fast, they can arrive there sooner. As long as you're willing to walk, even 1 step a day, it's still a step. But do not give up. Because if you stay there, you just stay there. You go back, there are only 2 things. Go back, to stay or to move on. Everything you go through, now you just 1 step ahead, you see something new. So I want to make this clear. When you are practicing or when you are thinking about life, and we talk about suffering, we talk about happiness, we talk about a way to end the suffering. And it's a good question. If we try to prevent suffering, then why we say suffering help us to improve? Suffering help us to change. And we try to prevent. What is the preventing here? The preventing of a negative feeling about your difficulties. Prevent your negative thoughts about life. But you know that every single thing that's come is not really suffering, it's a lesson. It's a chapter, a new chapter. You are in grade 8, your math will be different than grade 5. It's harder. But doesn't mean they have no answer. They do have an answer. As long as you have enough intention, patience to learn, to study, and to move on. So in daily life, we maintain mindfulness on every single thing. That's already a practice. We don't have to worry, what is the practice here? Just like a little fish, a baby fish asks the mother's fish, what is the water? And the mother's fish says, oh, water is something you live in. Without water, you died. Oh, really? Why don't I see it? Do we like a little fish? What is happiness? What is the practice? What's next? We have moved on. We have new things every single breath. So we live in the condition of meditation, the condition of happiness. So that's why Zen Master Newhan said, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. There is no way to happiness. There is no way to happiness of your eyes. Your eyes is already a happiness because you still can see. Your ear is already happiness because you still can hear. We have 2 healthy legs to walk. It's a happiness. What else we are asking for? So when you do walking meditation, why we walk slowly? Because to enjoy the step we make. Usually we have the habit. We walk too fast. You can see the kids, they don't walk, they always run. And every time we see them, hey, walk slowly. Because when you are a little kid, you can run fast, but most of the time, you fell and you hurt yourself. Only when you walk, more stable, more solid, more safety. life is the same. If you're too fast in your reacting, you always make things, communication break, misunderstanding, miscommunication, lots of argument, lot of breaking. But we listen to something, we have chance to reflect, and we find a way to answer the question, things much better. So this is the practice. This is meditation. So the Buddha is our teacher. Always remind us, life is suffering and happiness, but not only looking for happiness, because happiness is made by suffering. We can see that when you come to the recycle area, lots of garbage, lot of empty bowls, lot of cartons, and the smell is not good. But they will become something very valuable after the recycle. When you look at the tree with the flowers, with the fruit, very beautiful, very fragrant, very delicious. But don't forget, they are growing from the mud, from the soil, from something very dirty. Without that, we have no vegetables. We have no fruit, no flowers. So don't just enjoy on the top, but we forgot the roots. That's why we call the root. The root is the source. And we can see the interbeing of life. Happiness is made by suffering. Lotus is made by mud. A good communication made by an argument. Because after we disagree, we have a chance to sit down and talk. We understood more and we build the relationship. First, we build the happiness. We build the relationship. But after a collapsing, we rebuild the relationship. So life is not only building, but we also have a word rebuild. We try to do something, but it's not right, we redo. We are not only have just one word mistake, we also have correct. When I go to school and our teacher will mark our exam, our quiz by pencil, because they give us a chance to erase what's wrong and try to make it right. When I teach Vietnamese class more than 20 years ago for the Vietnamese kids in our temple, I always ask them to bring pencil and write. And I also check their homework by pencils. You know why? Because I know that if something wrong, we still have a chance to erase. So life is not only just a pen and something you write and you cannot change. We have an eraser. We can erase that and correct our mistakes. And this is the beauty of life. And this is the purpose of the practice. We can see the whole things of life. Don't just see one part of life and end ourselves. There is nothing completely ending. Something is ending, but it's beginning on something. For example, we take the bus. They go to the last station, but it's not really last station. It's on the way to go back to the first station. Is that true? If with the eyes of interbeing, we realize that after they left station A, we say, oh, they're on the way to station B. But if you see further, you know that they are also on the way to go back to A. Because after B, C, they go to A. So after they left A, they're also on the way to go back A. In that way of seeing, we don't see negative at all. But we see that we improve the positive energy within us. And we improve the intent, the hope, and the wish. After this dark night, we have the next morning. So today is not sunshine, it's cloudy. But life will never like this. We believe that after this cloudy day, there is a sunny day. When we have a sick day, we will appreciate a wellness day. We have a senior home. We built this senior home since 2007. And that operates 2008 up to now. And I used to go there to visit, the seniors. Every time when I step in the door and I see some of the seniors stay there, I'm happy because I know they're there. Level 1, level 2, level 3, there are always some seniors, they sit on the hallway. And every time when I walk by that corner, he was sitting there. If any day I go to that level, I don't see him, I will ask, where is he? Because I know he was there, usually. But sometimes they disappear because they're gone. So you know that with the practice, with the mindfulness, will help you to be fully present. You are fully present for anything that in front of you. So the Buddha said, put the mindfulness in front of you. And what is the in front of you? Be really there for something in the present moment. Like this morning when I walk out, I see some of you on the floor, the bench. You come on time, you come late, no matter. I know you are here for the session. You are here for me. I am here for you. And even sometimes you cry, doesn't mean that is the suffering tear. So tear is not only show for suffering, right? Sometimes tears show your happiness. Sometimes you laugh. It's not only happy, just because you too much suffer. You don't know what to do with that. There is a song called "And When I Rise," and this is a very practical song. This song will help us to practice. When you stand like a tree, rootedly. When you cry like a baby. When you eat wholeheartedly. When you drink, enjoy your drink. So this is a very practical song to me. And this song also related to the question today. Be fully there for anything that comes to you. Don't need to run away. Especially difficulties, because we have the intent. We like something happy. We don't like something sadness. This morning, I read a very beautiful quote. There is a question. Are you looking for happiness? No. Because if there is happiness, there is sadness. So that is on the top, right? And he said, as a Buddhist practice, I maintain peace. Because what is peace? Something that deep inside of you. You always stay the same. You enjoy every moment you have. So even difficulties or happiness, you stay at peace. Sometimes very happy, we laugh and we show exciting. But sometimes it's not happy, we show sadness and depression. So this is on the top. Because life always have two phases, happiness and suffering. Loss and gain, coming and leaving. We always have two phases of life. But what is the very rootedly, very stable, solidity? Peace. Because peace is something very deep inside. You stay the same. You don't change according to the situations. Do you see what is happiness and peace? So if you have peace, then you're stable. I'm looking for happiness. That means we don't like sadness. But if we cannot have happiness, then sadness always with us. But if you are solid enough, you're at peace, and no matter what happens, you still be there for anything that's come. Michael, do you remember that song? Do you have that song with you? No. Do you remember Fan? She wrote more words for this song. Sorry. Okay, let me offer you a song before we finish our talk and get ready for lunch. And when I rise, let me rise like a bird joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall like a leaf gracefully without regrets. Có nữa không? And when I stand, let me stand like a tree rootedly. And when I walk, let me walk like a lion regally. And when I bow, let me bow like a willow respectfully. And when I sit, let me sit like a Buddha, mindfully liberating. And when I sleep, let me sleep like a baby peacefully. And when I dream, let me dream like a cloud vividly at my true home. This is a long song, but I just want to introduce you some of the verses. So if you like, you can take a photo of this song on your phone. So you have this meditation song, Zen song with you. Anytime that something come to you, you can find the right sentence that fit your situation, and you sing, and the song will heal you, and the song will move you on, and you have enough power to be there with your difficulties, and you can transform your difficulties, become a lotus, become a fruit, become a Buddha. So a baby can become a monk. One incense when we light up can make this room feel fragrance. Every single piece that we offer for this life, people can benefit. When you meet your loved one, your beautiful smiling will melt them and make them feel healing. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your question. And I hope that with my sharing, to me, this is a good question. And this is also the key of the practice, especially according to the Buddha's teaching. So you can understand that Buddhism is not offering you a belief only, but the Buddha gives us the light of mindfulness to shine on every tiny thing, every tiny thing. And if we are clear on things, nothing can become prevention, become difficulties. Just like every road, they have the way. As long as you know the way, you can drive to your destination. Just sometimes we're driving, but we don't know where we are going to. We have no map, no hint. So once you have the hint, when you have the map, when you have the Google map, you can search everywhere you want to go. And this is the practice. May you all be well and at peace. Enjoy your mindfulness day. Dear friends, please take some time to listen